What's up, everybody? You rocking with KKTV. I'm your host, Conscious Knowledge, or AKA Constant Knowledge. And today I want to talk about responsibilities and rights. So we're going to talk about rights versus responsibilities. And hopefully this helps, anybody who's new to this, who's looking to, reach a point of freedom, financial freedom, and so forth. So if this content helps you, please smash that like button. And if you're not already a subscriber, please do so. So that way you don't miss my future uploads, my future content. I've got a lot of studying up under my belt, and I have a lot to share with you guys. So y'all journey and venture along, and together we'll get there, man. We'll get to the points we need to be. And my mission is just to wake up people and let them know, you have rights that these people are abrogating and not telling you. So let's talk about it. So first of all, it is important to know your rights so that if people try to take them away, you can stop them. So what are responsibilities? Responsibilities are the things which others expect us to do. Responsible people know what their rights are and respect the rights of others. Um, the major difference between rights and responsibilities, we have all seen people do the common mistakes and might have done it ourselves too, as to confuse between the terms rights and responsibilities. You see, both of these terms are very important in the legal sector, and not only there, anybody who would want to have an education anyone who would want to have an educated conversation or a properly structured debate would also should know the debate between rights and responsibilities. Uh, when we talk about rights, we talk about society rules or societal rules, regulations, and norms that are allowed to the citizens and residents of a country, state, or the immediate politically governed area, which is owed to them by the legal system, the local governing body. Understand, depending on which jurisdiction you're under de- deters or determines which rights or privileges you have. Rights versus responsibilities. The main difference between rights and responsibilities is their information or their formation. Rights are formed for a specific group of people, whereas, as I just stated, whereas responsibilities are for the valid group. The rights and responsibilities go hand in hand, but the rights are earned and the responsibilities are followed. A right can cause a legal conflict while responsibilities does not. Comparison table between rights and responsibilities, parameters of comparison, rights, responsibilities owed by the legal body, governing body, the citizens, residents of a particular politically bound area, enjoyed by the citizens, the society at large. Legal conflict can be subject to legal conflict, challenged at court, usually not subject to many conflicts. Nature can change based on collective societal opinion, stays static generally. Application demographic. At times, some rights are applied to specific groups only. This is what I said, depending on what jurisdiction you're under, depends on your rights and privileges that you have. Responsibilities are applicable to the whole population. Some rare exceptions might be present. So, what are rights? Rights are the benefits and the allowances that a certain governing body owes to the citizens, residents, and the people whom they govern. Usually these rights are found to exist in democracies, and in such cases, they are protected by the Constitution. Any change which has to be brought about has to be challenged in the court. You can challenge the jurisdiction when you go to court. This is why some people are able to walk away from some courts winning and others aren't. You have to be knowledgeable. Ignorance of the law is no excuse to either party. So, if the court decided to rule in favor of the case, only then does the right change. Rights can be broken into several categories in several ways. The most common ones being natural rights or the rights which no human ever created or can change, such as natural rights, or what they know as God given rights. This includes the right to life. The right to life tells us that each human has the right to life and is a criminal offense if anybody takes that right of another person away. Understand that the Bill of Rights Constitution states that they cannot turn a crime, they cannot make a crime out of someone expressing their rights. So if you get pulled over and you're expressing your rights, they can't turn it into a crime. They have to honor it. Similarly, there are legal rights which are defined in the Constitution. The Constitution might also take the liberty to assign various punishments to the violation of rights, and this includes the violation of natural rights, God-given rights. Then, another characteristic of rights is that they can be applicable for selective groups too. Like I said, depending on what jurisdiction you fall under: U.S. citizen, U.S. national, American national, American citizen, whatever. Just look these things up. Look at the different citizenships. So a very well-known example is the prevalent system of reservation system of seats in educational institutions. Government jobs for people belonging to scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and other backwards classes, which I'll teach you about the different tribes. There's like 5 tribes that anyone can join, and I recommend everybody joining them. I'm in the middle of doing so myself, just chasing my freedom, man. I'm trying to, help everybody else out. So the main reason to do so is that they have been historically oppressed and hence enjoy the right so as to excel and come at par with the mainstream society. However, we cannot write a paragraph about rights and not talk about fundamental rights. The fundamental rights are the rights that are guaranteed by every democratic constitution to every citizen bound by it. Understand that each state has an adopted version of the constitution. And also, once you get into this stuff, you'll be creating your own constitution. You'll be creating your own society. I know it might sound a little far-fetched, but you have to do everything that they did to replace what they did, if that makes sense. So they usually vary from country to country, but mostly contain rights such as the right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to property, right to constitutional remedies, and etc. Fundamental rights are always valid, but can be suspended when the nation is in a state of emergency. This is why a lot of presidents try to declare martial law so that they can keep everybody inside, keep everybody in their house, and you have to go by the rules of martial law. But what they don't tell you is we already been under declared martial law. I forgot when exactly it is, but I had to look it up and do my research again, but it's in my notes. But we've been under martial law, you know what I'm saying? That's nothing new. People don't even know. But what are responsibilities? Responsibilities are the civil duties that each citizen is supposed to fulfill. It is believed that these responsibilities help make the country a peaceful and suitable place to live in. Rights and responsibilities are often complementary, and one is the derivation of the other. Take it in this way: the Constitution gives the citizens the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. In return, the citizens have the responsibility of supporting and defending the Constitution. If we have a proper look, then we see that one cannot stand without the other. If the Constitution did not grant the rights of freedom to the citizens, it would end up in an unsatisfied and unhappy society, which would eventually descend into anarchy. Hence, there is the right to freedom. Now that the Constitution has given the citizens this right, the citizens strive to maintain the Constitution, as its collapse would result in a state of anarchy again. So thus rights and responsibilities, even though significantly different, a necessary and complementary to each other, they are opposite sides of the same coin. However, the main beneficiary of these responsibilities is society at large. Nobody is above the law, and hence when anybody serves the Constitution, they do not serve in any single individual or any group of individuals. They support the people who made this Constitution, the people. This is especially prevalent in democracies. This is why the quote by Abraham Lincoln, "Democracy is of and for the people." Now, the main differences between rights and responsibilities. The main difference between rights and responsibilities, excuse me, is that rights are owed by the governing body to the people and responsibilities are owed by the people to the society or country. Rights are enjoyed by the citizens, whereas the benefits of responsibilities are enjoyed by the population in general. Now, rights can be subject to legal conflict, whereas responsibilities aren't so usually. Rights can be changed if society feels it is wrong or undeserved. Responsibilities, however, face no such problems usually. Now, rights can be exclusive to specific groups. Responsibilities are valid mostly throughout the demographic. Now, the conclusion: rights and responsibilities are two very important necessities for the proper functioning of society. As stated earlier, they both are complementary to each other and essentially are two sides of the same coin. Rights ensure that the individual citizens gets equality, opportunity, and is at the same time footing as everyone else and lives a happy life. And responsibilities make sure society is maintained in order that nothing descends into chaos. Perfect synchronization of both of these leads to a harmonious society. So, in a nutshell, man, that's what rights versus responsibilities is, man. Y'all got to know your rights, man. Start learning your responsibility out here in your place because we are gods, man. Don't let nobody else tell you nothing different. We are gods. We created the law. We created government for and by the people, for the benefit of the people. Understand that the Constitution speaks of trustees, public trustees, and it speaks of beneficiaries. Everyone is a beneficiary to the Constitution or the public trust. Everyone. It, the Constitution itself is a trust indenture. You cannot have one without the other. If it speaks of trustees, it has to speak of beneficiaries. And if it speaks of both, it must be a trust. So that concludes today's lesson, man. I'm about to go right back live to drop y'all another lesson. And I hope this helps y'all, man. So, like, if y'all have any questions, man, feel free to email me at consciousknowledgetv@gmail.com. If you want to donate to the channel, feel free. Of course, I don't get paid for this. I'm not even looking to get paid for it. I'm not looking for donations, but like I said, everything helps because I do put a lot of time and effort into these videos and these lessons because I've been studying for about 3 or 4 years now, and I learned that a lot of people don't know this stuff, man. And society could change in a major way if our people just knew this stuff. And I'm talking about every race, man, because you got people out here robbing people for stuff that they don't even have to. Like if they only knew that you could write a bond and cash out at the with the Treasury and the IRS that write you a check, who would be robbing people? So it's nothing for the IRS to cut you a check, by the way, too. So understand that during this process you're gonna learn a lot. It's gonna be a lot of stuff that make you upset. I don't know how many times I walked away from this stuff. Like learning it in the beginning, I was pissed because I was finding out that what they was doing. I was finding out that they was paying me out of my own trust estate. You know what I'm saying? That I have no access to, but they're paying me out of this every time I go to work because the application does not fall short of a negotiable instrument. And a negotiable instrument, I'll do a lesson on that. But a negotiable instrument is a promissory note, treasury note, Federal Reserve note, so forth. Those are promissory notes, IOUs. There's no lawful money in circulation right now other than copper and silver. And I'll also do a lesson, but I need to learn a little more. But I'm gonna be doing a lesson on the copper and silver and how you can have your assets backed by gold and silver, or copper and silver and gold, and you can go buy your car for a lot. You can go get you a house. You know what I'm saying, and different stuff like that. Like I said, I'm still learning, man. So I don't expect me to know everything or necessarily have all the answers to your questions. But I'll try to help you find the answer. If I don't know the answer myself, then obviously I want to know the answer, so I'm gonna help you find it. Um, like I said, if y'all got any questions, man, feel free to ask me. I'm here to help. I don't charge for help, man. We all in this together. We all trying to, get out of this poverty. I don't care, if you make 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, 60,000, 100,000 a year, you're still in poverty. Unless you make it sitting on, some major notes and stuff, man, some major credit and securities and stuff, man, we all in the same boat. And if you was born with or if you was given a birth certificate and a social security card, you are a slave. if you have not taken ownership of that. Now, I will say this: there was a lot of stuff going around when I first got into this, and there was a lot of misleading information. So y'all can guarantee that I don't talk about nothing I don't know. I'm not gonna act like I know something and lead you down the wrong road because I've been led down the wrong road. I've sent in documents. I'm talking about $70, $80 worth of document, and then motherfuckers sent it back. Talking about they couldn't file it. But later on, as I got to studying and meeting people who actually knew what was going on, they was able to help me. So what I try to do is avoid y'all from having to go through all that. You know what I'm saying? Um, so that's why I said if you want to donate to the channel, feel free. But it's not expected, not even asking for it, and I just want to help, man. So if y'all like the content, man, please smash that like button. That helps me. That helps other people, reach my videos. Um, like I said, I just want to open everybody's eyes and bring everybody to freedom, man. So if y'all with the movement, be with the movement. Y'all either with the movement or you against it, man. So if y'all rocking with me, let's rock out. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully one day we'll all be at a point of freedom. And it doesn't even take that much. It's like 7 steps. And the most money that you're spending is simply filing paperwork, putting in documents. I also have some websites around that I like to use that's got all the documentation that you need for the secure party process. I got secure party process PDFs I can send to you, any of that. So like I said, man, just hit me up and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one though. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me, man. That's love.